The following is a fan-based discussion. All materials discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, and Saban Entertainment. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Tokucast Top 10 Show.
Top 10 Show. You're out of languages. Top 10 Show. You know Korean.
I do, and I was like, wait, no, it's too late.
So what is 10 in Korean?
It's too late, Jacob.
No, it's not.
Move past this.
Well, now I'm just curious. What's 10 in Korean?
I can't count right now. I'm so
Okay, well,
while Marcus is done being disappointed in himself, today, by special request, we are doing the Top 10 Kamen Rider Final Forms.
I'm so excited for this. I'm really excited.
mainly after we did the top 10 worst, we needed to do the top 10 best.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry it took so long.
But yeah, we just got so many requests. So.
We did. We got a lot. We got a lot of these.
Yeah. But, as always, we're going to start with some honorable mentions. You want to start off?
Yeah. Fi's Blaster. It's mostly not really because of exactly what it can do, because it's really sort of a basic final form,
Mm-hmm.
but I really love the way this thing looks. The red and the black and the silver, it's so aesthetically pleasing to me that I love it. It's a really great one. The giant blast that it did in the movie where it took out a giant monster, and the sword that you can also use with it. It's pretty great. Then he also gets blasters on his back, but basically lets him use it as a jetpack. But it's still really good. I really like it.
My honorable mention is Agito Shining, because Agito Shining, which is, it looks great, and it gets the dual swords, which are so cool.
Yeah.
But I understand why it didn't make the list, because the functionality of it isn't as, top tier as as some of the other forms that we get. But I would like to recall, didn't he punch God with this form?
Kick God.
Kick God.
Mm.
So, he's got to get some mention
Yeah,
for that.
Is this worthy of something?
He did kick God in the face.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. This one did make our worst list, but I still really like it. It has a great function, and that's Kamen Rider Forze's Cosmic States.
Fair enough.
What did you think I was going to say?
I don't know.
I was scared.
Yeah, me too. No,
Go watch that video to find out why it made the worst list. But I still really like this form. I really like how it looks. It lets him use all his switches in tandem. That's really cool.
No, I'm absolutely okay with this.
Yeah.
And another one that I want to mention is Kamen Rider Ryuki's Survive form. I just like it. I think it looks cool.
It looks okay, but
it's nothing fancy. I just think it looks cool.
All right.
I did have one more, because I completely forgot about it.
What's
yeah.
that?
Rising Ixa.
This one does look cool.
It just looks great. I love it. That blue and the white, red, and yellow, perfect.
Yeah, it looks really
It looks really cool. And I love the way that you can use it in Batride War, where he shoots behind him and makes a wall and jumps off of it for his rider kick. It was like, okay, I get you.
All right, let's get to the list. Number 10.
Number 10, Emperor Kiva.
Looks amazing.
Looks really cool.
Overused, but looks great.
Overused for a valid reason.
I know, but it's just like, overused.
Okay, so just to give, unless you don't know, Kamen Rider Kiva's main form has a big boot on its right leg to kind of cage the rider kick in. That thing was made of actual steel. Solid metal. Suit Actor was suffering from heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
So from that moment on, once he got Emperor, he just used that just to keep the Suit Actor from not dying.
Yeah.
So, but it looks great. And the cape is cool, the sword is cool, but the reason why it's so low on the list is that it just doesn't really bring much to the table in terms of fun.
Yeah.
Except I have a sword that I have to essentially cock like a shotgun for some reason. But it's still cool.
That's actually valid. He legitimately cocks it like a shotgun. Why didn't I think of that before? Hold on, I need to reflect on my life. Okay, we're back.
Number 9.
Number 9, one of Marcus's absolute favorites, Blade King.
I have so much love for Blade. Okay, just don't judge me. But it's a great form.
Judging you so hard.
It's a great form.
It is a good form. Another reason, just like with Kiva, it's low on this is because it doesn't bring a lot in terms of function.
I really like how this one looks, though.
Yeah.
It does look.
It looks really awesome.
I love the sword.
Like a regal.
Regal?
A
regal? Oh,
like
regal.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were saying real.
No, like king. It's a regal
He kind of reminds me of a Kamen Rider version of something you'd see in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that he
Especially
can
with the
also
sword.
use all of his cards that he has access to. He can use his entire suit without having to actually do anything. He can just use the power just by willing it to be so. It's really good, and I really love the Blade King form outfit.
Number 8.
Number 8 is 2 of them, but they're pretty much interchangeable. That's Kamen Rider W's Cyclone Joker Extreme / his gold form.
The reason why it's so interchangeable because all the gold form does is give him wings to fly.
And give him a gold part in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this is it's a really good looking form that definitely really fit with the motif. I love when he first does it and he like grabs the scene and just rips it out.
Open. Yeah.
Plus, it's so symmetrical.
I was about to say, yeah, Marcus is a huge fan of symmetry, so
I love it.
And the sword and shield he gets is really cool.
yes.
Yeah. I'm sort of upset because he doesn't. I don't really remember. I had to rewatch the A to Z movie again, but I don't really remember if he ends up using that as W Gold Extreme. If he has a sword and shield, or just
whenever
I think when he gets the wings, he mainly just flies and kicks things.
Yeah. But definitely interchangeable.
Which is probably what I
it's
would do if I had wings.
Pretty much. Yeah. But next,
Kamen Rider Knights Survive form.
Knight Survive looks so good.
It looks so much better than
Ryuki's Survive.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I like Ryuki's, but
it really is. And I remember when I first watched, Ryuki, that I was wondering why does the sidekick look better?
But then we really remembered that this show wasn't
exactly
it wasn't really about Ryuki.
Ryuki was much more the channel for the audience.
Yeah.
He was much more the everyman viewing the whole situation.
I think one of the reasons why I like Knights better
That's
is
how I
because the design is a little more sleek and less chest heavy.
Yeah. It's like it goes across all the way to his shoulders. So there's that whole thing. It looks really good. I also really like the upgrade that his
bat gets.
Yeah, his bat gets. It looks great. And it turns into his bike. So it's pretty great.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Next.
Up next, Kamen Rider O's Puto Tira.
One of the arguments we had when making this list is that would we consider O's final form as Puto Tira or Super Tatoba? Because
if you're going by what has come since, it is Super Tatoba.
But we kind of stick within the main show's canon. With W, the reason why we put the gold form, yes, it's a movie form, but the movie is canon with the show's
A to
plot.
Z is legitimately canon to that plot.
Yes.
Unlike because O's first gets it in a team-up movie, and he really only uses it in other team-up movies.
You know what I'm actually really happy about that we started watching Kamen Rider after the fact that W came on, because we would have been so pissed if we didn't see the A to Z movie. It was like, yeah.
Fair enough. But Puto Tira looks great. A good color.
I love the color. I love the way purple works.
Purple is such a good color.
Dinosaurs are awesome, and this really made a dinosaur Kamen Rider work.
Dinosaurs are cool.
Dinosaurs are very cool. And very marketable.
Yes.
As we've seen. Three
times in Sentai.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. Would a main theme of Kamen Rider be dinosaurs? That might work if they do it right.
If they do it right. But not anytime soon. Please don't. Just stop.
We shall see.
It would look better the next time. Moving on.
Topic for another video. Moving on to number 5, Wizards Infinity style.
This style, despite what we think about the show, because the show is mediocre as hell.
At best.
It looks great. It took that gem motif that they go for.
Yep.
Went to hell with it, and
so sparkly.
It was watching that on HD for the first time blinded the hell out of me.
I was like, hold up, I need some sunblock and screen because I was.
It looks cool. It's got almost unbreakable defenses.
Yes. Yeah. It has a really awesome weapon. That if he scans enough, it can just move by itself.
He can just telekinetically screw
And if he hits it 5 times, the thing grows giant.
No, it's once for giant, and then it was high touch, and let it go.
I feel like it was more than that.
Yeah, but
I think he just kept hitting it. He didn't know when to stop.
He was pissed.
And
it grants him short bursts of super speed, a sword and axe, and it's so cool.
So good.
And to anyone who says, well, Ghost was shiny too, Ghost is basically this plus Gaim's form, but it's not as cool as either of them.
He does fight well. We'll give him that.
We will give him that.
Yeah, that's all we can give him at this point.
Sure.
But if you like it, though, that's fine. If you love Ghost, good on you.
Because we do have a lot of Ghost fans watching the show.
Yeah.
And we will get to that once we get to Ghost, in about 3 years. But Ghost, we expected better. Or we expected something different.
But we're not talking about that right
No.
now. Because if we do, I'm going to go on a tangent. And this tangent won't be pretty. Moving on.
They never are.
No.
Number 4, Kamen Rider Drive Trideron.
Which was weird, because Drive was in the top 3 of our top costumes in Kamen Rider. Because it looks great, it's got great function, and the reason why it's not so higher on this list is because everything else either does the same thing or something better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a very cool looking form and a very cool function, and that's really all we can say about it.
It's true.
Because next...
One that we mentioned a few minutes ago, Kamen Rider Gaim Kiwami Arms.
And the reason why it's higher is because it did it first.
It did it first, it looks better.
And it's God.
And he's
It's a space god.
And it's just the sleeker design, and capes look good sometimes, and this one definitely looked good.
Yeah.
I remember when they were first leaking images of his final form, and they showed the helmet, but only the front half of the top cone. We're like, that looks awful.
Yeah, it's because of the cone.
Well, the cone works the way it is,
works
but
in
now,
full
but it didn't work
form.
in that shadow.
no, it wasn't that
Leaked
shadow.
images almost never look good.
Well, because the front half of the white part of the cone was gone. It wasn't there. So we were like, good God, no. But we had to keep faith.
Now, we did mention that this is God. However, 2 and 1 are sort of things
that aren't fair. Though I think in a fight, Guy might beat one of them.
One of them.
I don't know, and I can argue both, but that is
I can argue who he probably wouldn't beat.
But number 2...
That is number 2, Hyper Kabuto.
Because time travel is unfair.
Yeah, when you can go back to before the time that he ever ended up becoming a god in the first place. Yeah, you.
And let me go back to the time before you even became a Kamen Rider and just kick you in the face.
Yeah, and you die
before you even pick up the belt.
We know this is time travel. We don't know it's never clear the extent of how far
Kamen
back
Rider
he can
Kabuto
go.
was designed from the get-go to be broken as hell.
No, he can go back years, because I remember
this is the result.
In the Godspeed Love movie, he went back in time. Like, that one is in a completely different continuity, but he changed the past by going back in time and giving himself the belt. That happened, and that was like 20-something odd years before this show ended up coming out. So the Godspeed Love movie sort of defines it to an extent, but we don't know exactly what extent he could.
We also don't know. We also have to argue if that's considered main canon or not. But that's a different show.
It technically is, but we'll
different show. But yeah, it doesn't look the greatest, but you cannot argue with that functionality.
That is just like you can't.
But number 1, as we always like to do, is a good mixture of both function and fashion. You cannot argue with this function because it will break you. Literally, it's fashion.
It will break
you. Looks good. It looks great. And number 1 is...
Number 1 will break you and the 3 city blocks you happen to be occupying.
And the world.
It is Kuga's ultimate form.
Kuga Ultimate is
just high. Bye.
He never actually does a rider kick in this form because
if he did, he literally breaks the world. That's the end of everyone. You die if he does a rider kick. And I love the way that they ended up introducing this one to the show, because this is literally the last form that we end up seeing him use. He doesn't use it at any other point in the show, and that makes it really special in itself, because with basically every other rider that comes after him, they spam their final form a lot. Ghost, Kiva, Wizard, Blade, doesn't matter. All of them. It's just, with Kuga, it's the very last one that you see. And it's because they do a really good job of building up to it. It's like, we understood the power of Amazing Mighty and how it could destroy 3 city blocks without really trying. But with this one, they understood that this one is way too powerful. It gains pyrokinetic powers at the end of this. It blows up everything around it. It's so good. I love the way that it looks. I love its function. I love the way they introduced it in the show. And we didn't really do anything with that for the other writers that we talked about in this episode, but it's just, that's something that we have to mention.
With this one.
For Ultimate Kuga. And it's great. It's perfect.
It is the best Kamen Rider Final Form in terms of fashion and function.
In our opinion.
Yeah. But always let us know what you guys think of this list, and let us know what lists you want to see. This has been the Tokucast Top 10. Like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hasta luego.